is back with a very rare and valuable game, and that game is Condor Attack for the Atari 2600. Let's go ahead and take Condor Attack. Let's pop it in my 2600 Junior and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Condor Attack was published by Ultravision and, according to randomterrain.com, was most likely released in November of 1982. Ultravision only published one other game, Karate, and appeared to go out of business while trying to release an all-in-one computer video game system with a built-in color TV called the Ultravision Video Arcade System, which never came to market. The front of the box says the following: mankind's last stand against the planet's greatest enemy, the ferocious and invincible Amazon Condor, a deadly killer. If man fails, the planet belongs to them. So if they're invincible, how are you supposed to defeat them? Let's see what the manual says. Earth base has evolved 1 million years into the future. An intergalactic dispute erupts into an all-out spatial explosion, time-warping civilization back to the Stone Age. Pitted against each other in a fight for survival is the Condor, released from 1,000 millennium of extinction, larger and more ferocious than ever imagined, and mankind in its most primitive state. Okay, that sounds more like it, and almost like a completely different game. Condor Attack is a single-screen space shooter in the vein of Space Invaders and Demon Attack for one player only. There are 3 game modes that determine the type of enemy you face. According to the manual, one is the Condor, one is the Vulcanian Bat, and one is the Norwegian Spider, which to me looks more like a Space Invader than a spider. No matter which you choose, the difficulty feels roughly the same, at least to me. Putting the left difficulty switch into the A position can make the game more difficult by increasing the size of your ship, making you an easier target for enemies to hit. You use a joystick to move left and right and press the button to fire. To start a round, you press up on the joystick, which makes your ship appear on the left side and instantly vulnerable to attack. You can hold down the button for continuous fire, but you can only have one shot on screen at a time. If you destroy one of the 2 lower enemies, you will be unable to fire during the explosion animation, but you can still move. However, during the explosion animation, the other lower enemy will be frozen in place, but both enemies, including the one that's exploding, can still fire upon you. Defeat enough enemies, whether they're on the top or the bottom, and you'll start a new wave, often with quicker enemies to face, but not always. And that's pretty much the game. Even though the manual says you're trying to buy time for scientists to find a way to return back to your own time in the future, it doesn't seem that reaching that goal is possible while playing, as the game itself appears to be unending. Scoring-wise, you get 3 points for shooting the smaller enemies at the tippy-top portion of the screen. The main 2 lower enemies start at 10 points apiece, but they increase in value 10 points per wave, maxing out at 99 points apiece. You earn an extra life every 1,000 points, maxing out at 9 additional bases. Graphically speaking, the enemies look fine, but the screen itself can be jerky. There is no music, and the sound effects themselves are pretty basic. Family-friendly wise, the game would most likely get an E for everyone rating if released today. Currently at PriceCharting.com, the game has a value of $343 loose, $1,950 complete, and $2,950 new. Wow. So what do I think of Condor Attack for the Atari 2600? It's a subpar Demon Attack style game, not really worth playing much, and definitely not worth its insanely high current price, unless you're collecting just to collect. It controls okay, except for one big problem: the enemy explosions that temporarily cause you to cease fire. This really took me out of the flow of the game and led to many deaths. When playing a Demon Attack style game, as soon as I take out one enemy, I'm already trying to attack the next, and you simply cannot do that with this title. If you could, it would have made this much more playable and put it at a more average rating. I will say this is a better game than Ultravision's other game, Karate, but that's not saying much. So where am I going to rank Condor Attack? Pretty low. I'm looking in the bottom quarter of my rankings. I do like Star Trek more at 209, but I will put this over the disappointing James Bond game at 210. So out of the 260 games that are now ranked for the Atari 2600, Condor Attack is swooping into the 210 position. Condor Attack could have been just okay, but its gameplay failures kept it from getting out of the Stone Age. But that's just what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on the Twitter, join the Discord, support the show at patreon.com/NoSwordGamer, and click the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Sword Gamer. Take care, and if time traveling, watch out for Volcanian bats.